Hey guys, I hope everyone is well, and I have some new research that I want to share with you guys on COVID-19 and those with underlying health problems, things like asthma, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and even cancer as well. So those we know who have already underlying health problems are in the vulnerable stage of getting the coronavirus and not being able to survive the virus. So this is what I want to talk about now, and why it is essential that we look towards our diet right now if you are in that category, and even if you are healthy as well, that we should still be taking care of our immune system and our health. So I'm going to go through the notes and the research that I have been doing over the last couple of days. So I just want you to take this away with you and have a little process of what you think. But this is what I teach, so it's all about your dietary habits, and what I want everyone to learn is how to reverse their chronic health problems, because the majority of our health problems can be reversed with the food that we put into our mouth. So someone who has got asthma already is 6 times more likely to get the virus and not recover from the virus than someone who is healthy. So it's really important that we understand why you may have asthma. So one food factor here that has been shown in studies to make asthma worse is dairy products. So the reason for that is because animal products, as well as dairy, create inflammation in our bodies because of the proteins in them. So those who, I don't want to keep referring to my book because I don't want everyone to think that I'm pushing my book onto people, but it is in my book about dairy and the inflammation. So it actually causes inflammation as well in the respiratory tract. So they've done studies in asthma, and they found that when people come off dairy altogether, then their asthma actually either completely goes away or the symptoms improve. So these studies have suggested that anyone who has asthma remove all dairy out of their diet, because you are creating that inflammation within the lungs. And we don't want that any time of the year, let alone this current situation that we're in right now. So it's really, really important that we keep the lungs very, very healthy at this moment in time. So a lot of the research that I've got on asthma has also said that you can prevent, because what's the statistics? There are 10 Americans who die daily from asthma. So we also want to look at asthma as a very serious problem that is also killing people. Now, they found that you can prolong your life by simply getting out the animal products and the dairy products, as well as things like sugar and processed foods and alcohol. Yes, they are negative too. And if you increase fruits and vegetables into your diet, they have actually found that you can get rid of asthma and you will live longer. Yay to the fruits and vegetables. So this is the same for the coronavirus, the COVID-19 that we are currently facing. We also need to address the foods that we are eating, because things like diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and asthma, these are cases and studies that I look into. I've got clients who've had type 2 diabetes and are currently in the process of reversing them. And what it comes down to is the animal products, not only are they inflammatory, but they also are fat, and they're blocking the arteries and they're creating a blockage there. So you've got insulin problems, and then you've also put yourself in a high category of getting the high blood pressure and the strokes. And then ultimately, we know like type 2 diabetes can lead to death as well. So we have to address our diet, guys. It is more essential now than ever to look to our diet and change them. Okay? This is the message that I'm trying to get across to you guys. Like, you've got to look at your diet. Yes, there's a virus, but what can you do if you've already got a health problem? Change your diet now so that you aren't in the vulnerable stage of getting that virus and potentially a life-threatening situation where it could put you down under. And that's an awful thing to say, and we don't want that. And that's what I'm trying to push here, guys, so you can take care of your health if you are in that category of vulnerable. So we do all need to take care of our immune systems, every single one of us, and hence the reason why we're all self-isolating and staying away from people. We've got to take care of our immune systems. So Moving forward from this as well, it's about prevention. Things like these viruses will continue to happen as years roll by. So yes, you may be healthy now, but if you know you are someone who eats a really bad diet, just because you are eating a bad diet today and you haven't got a health problem doesn't mean to say in 10 years you could be in that type 2 diabetes category, you could be obese, you could have high blood pressure, and these are what are going to make you more vulnerable to getting a virus and not being able to fight it off. So we need to change our diet. So dairy is the driver to asthma, and we're also looking at the COVID-19 and plant-based diets and how they are actually showing that those who've got a plant-based diet have higher immune systems, so are able to fight off a virus better. So that's the little tip there on the dairy products. So all of these underlying health problems are making you more vulnerable to COVID-19. Now, there are some things that we can do to boost our immune system, and we know that starts within our gut health, but there are certain foods that are antiviral foods as well. So you've got garlic, you've got ginger, you've got resveratrol from your red grapes, not your wine, guys, sorry. I'm sure loads of you are drinking like loads of wine right now to get through the self-isolation period, and especially if you've got kids in the house, you probably go nutty right now, right? Yeah, like alcohol is a big no-no when you've got a health problem, but I can totally see why people will be doing it right now. So it's in your red grapes, it's also in strawberries and blueberries, and loads of fruit, guys, loads of vegetables, all your dark leafy green vegetables. All of these kind of foods are going to boost your immunity. They've looked into ginger and garlic as being the two top antiviral foods that you want to include in your diet, and also because they are anti-inflammatory. So they are going to help with any inflammation that you have in your body. So we want to lower that. So the main thing is here, like, we really do need to be in a lot more fiber, which is what I keep promoting. Everyone should be having their soluble fiber, their insoluble fiber every single day. Reduce the amount of sugar you're eating, avoid sugar if you can, take out dairy, take out animal products. We need to still be outside and getting a little bit of fresh air, because we have to have that vitamin D, because vitamin D has been shown to actually completely get rid of a virus. So we do need to have that little bit of sunshine, even if it's just 20 minutes in the garden or on your balcony, whatever it is. Just get that little bit of sunshine onto your skin without any suntan lotion, because suntan lotion also creates cancer if it's got chemicals in it, and it also blocks the absorption of the sun, so you can't make vitamin D, and then you will end up vitamin D deficient. If there is no sunshine, you need to be supplementing with a vitamin D3 supplement, and also K2 needs to go alongside that as well. So you need to take the two things together. You can buy them together. So those are just a few little tips here on that. It is essential more than ever, guys, that we need to take care of our health, especially if you have health problems. So because you may be in the vulnerable category does not mean that you can't do something to reverse your current health problem. So if you have type 2 diabetes, it can be reversed. I have clients who are currently reversing it, and that's what we want. We want to reverse these health problems so that you don't lie into the vulnerable stage with this coronavirus. Okay, guys? Sending you lots of strength and positivity on our crazy new adventure.